absolutely no idea when the WNBA is going to play next. But Team USA came through and said, don't worry, we got you. Because it's more than just the WNBA players. We have the roster reveal for the training camp here coming up in December. And when I tell you, Greer, that there are some names on this, oh my goodness, there are some names. Let's just run through the roster before we get into some of these takes. Lauren Betts, Aaliyah Boston, Cam Brink, Paige Bueckers, Veronica Burton, Sonia Citron, Caitlin Clark, Kalia Copper, Chelsea Gray, BG, Dearica Hamby, Kiki Iriafin, Rakia Jackson, Bree Jones, Kelsey Plum, Angel Reese, JuJu Watkins, and Jackie Young.
You didn't put enough emphasis on the page like you did for Caitlin.
Well, the emphasis was for the people that were coming back from injury.
No,
okay? This is I mean, goodness. When you talk about stat, and this isn't obviously even everyone that could potentially, be, you have your Asia Wilsons, you have your any of those
players,
100%.
They're stamped. If
sure,
they're healthy and ready,
100%. 100%. Let's rip it. I mean, just whoever's on the roster that you may be surprised by or not surprised by, or who isn't here right now potentially. Who you eyeing?
Okay. Well, how many names is this? Like 16?
Yes.
Quick math.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 18.
18 names. Okay. So obviously this is not a real roster, right? This is a training camp invite list.
Mm-hmm.
Not surprised to not see Asia and Nafisa and Stewie on this list. Not surprised at all. Like they've earned, coming in at the last minute type deal. I am a bit surprised to see Brittany Griner on this list, but I totally understand why she is here, right? Mm-hmm. She is passing the baton, and there are hosts of young bigs who, woo, baby, trial by fire. Lauren Beck, interesting, right? As an active college player to get invited here, like JuJu, obviously, who's missing this season for USC women's basketball, but super interesting to see a player like Lauren Betts on this list, given that she's in the thick of UCLA season, right? They're trying to make it back to a Final Four. She's also in play to be the number 1 pick in the WNBA draft in 2026 if it happens.
Sure.
So fascinating development here. Also a little bit surprised not to see Shakira Austin on this list, but I do believe she's involved in the 3x3.
Yes.
She may have been on that roster, that recent roster reveal, but as is Veronica Burton, who I also am a tad bit surprised to see on this list. Obviously had a phenomenal season for the Golden State Valkyries, but I don't know generally about her USAB experience overall, right? I think she also is on that 3x3 roster. But wow, I do think a player like Kelsey Mitchell played well enough during the WNBA season this past year to be invited to this USAB camp. So I am a little bit shocked, right? She is one of the best bucket getters in all of women's basketball and had a career year. So to not see her on this list is a little bit shocking to me. I think she was certainly worthy of an invite. Let's see who else. I'm not surprised to see Paige, Sonia, Caitlin. I think they all have extensive USAB experience. Obviously not with the senior national team, but we've been thinking that they would be a part of the next cycle for the last 3 years at this point, right? Lots of new faces, right? Angel Reese has spoken very publicly about wanting to compete in the 2028 Olympics and be one of those rostered players and, trying to play for a gold medal. So, I mean, she's the best rebounder in the game by a lot.
Yeah.
Not surprised to see her here. Rebounds in an international play, our ending possessions in international play, incredibly important.
Yeah.
Incredibly important. And then, a lot of holdovers, right? Obviously, you need some steadying, right? So I like to see Ka in here, Chelsea in here, Kelsey Plum in here, all gold medalists on the Tokyo 2024 team. Jackie Young as well. And then Rakia, Kiki, Dearica Hamby, who's obviously older, right? Fits in that guard list I just told you, right? About players who have been doing this, but to my knowledge, like has probably been on training camp rosters, but never made like the senior wing. Oh, she made 3x3. I'm lying.
Yeah, but I don't think anything in the 5s. Okay, but yes, but they definitely plenty of 3x3 experience. Yeah,
youngish players that I'm surprised that are not on this list that I don't feel like are as stamped. No Ryan Howard, no Sabrina Ionescu.
Yeah, and when you look at that, because I mean, obviously, really, not even just to single out the guards, but like, because we've had plenty of discussion about the bigs,
no, Alice is right either,
and where it goes. Good catch as well. Like, I mean, if you told me like this was your guard pool, like for the actual, like this is it, and you have to. The guards aren't nearly as stamped in the same way. Like if Caitlin comes back and is healthy, like that. She's probably gonna be there, like that. Like if she's playing at that level, like
I mean, the games are also happening on U.S. soil, right? So like that changes. I mean, we're talking about the Olympics. There's still a World Cup team that needs to get put together, but you would assume that World Cup audition,
it should be very important here. And as you're looking at like, and I'm sure that some of these invites are frankly like to build for the future, like in that way, where even if it's not necessarily this cycle, like you have like, I mean, because there's a decent amount of bigs here. Like I don't think Lauren Betts is going to make that team. However, I would not be surprised if, let's say, Lauren Betts goes to this and cooks, like has a great showing. If you tell me that comes out, you come out of this camp with a different level of respect for potentially going number 1. That wouldn't surprise me, because I mean, this is, you want to talk about having an audition right then and there. Like that is what this is on a grander scale for Lauren Betts maybe than anybody else on this list because of that factor. Like I'll be interested in finding out what the JuJu involvement is with this, and like and how, like, is she just there to like literally kind of watch, and just experience it and what that looks like. How much of a participant is she going to be? But yeah, I mean, like you're assuming that Caitlin is here and is ready to go, like at this point. That would be. I mean,
she talked about in her exit interviews from the Indiana Fever how this was pretty much the next time we were going to see her play basketball. Was she was preparing for the USA camps and things like that. So following through on that.
And so to say that, I mean, and that's not even get into your Paiges. Hell, Sonia could absolutely play her way into a spot. Like you have on top of the vets. That's just the young players here. That's not even including your Chelseas, Kaz, KPs, all that. I don't know how much room there is for a player like Sabrina to skip out, like or like if that is what's happening. We don't know. It could be an injury thing. We don't know that. So like we're just, all we know is that she's not here on this.
I would say like the way we discuss Sui, Asia, and Fee, Sabrina's not in that camp.
There's not a guard that's in that camp. Period. Right now. Like there's not like those are the 3. If you are not those 3 names, you got to show up right now. Like that, especially with now, like we are officially reaching the point of the influx of talent from the younger kind of guard that's coming in. Like they're here now. Like this is officially like their time for Team USA. Like they can make this roster just as well as anybody else can. And I don't know how much room there is for guards to not arrive here. Like even like there's nobody stamped in that way like those 3 to come in and skip out. So I'll be very like I mean, what an exciting list of names, right? Like just first and foremost, because I
don't even make Christmas like wish lists, but like I want to be at this camp,
man.
I want to be at this camp. Santa, if you're listening, please, I want to be at this camp.
Please tell her that no cap is on the nice list, because I mean, there's gonna be battle, like real deal battles at this. And so we talked about the guards briefly, but the bigs here as well. Like again, we kind of circled Lauren Betts here as a name, but like we've talked about this a decent amount. Like I don't know if we've talked about it on air, but I know we've talked about it just in general about like, okay, so obviously you still got time with Asia and Fee, and like that's not like going away, but like BG is on her way out. Like who, like when you're thinking about like who's gonna be up next for the bigs, it's not incredibly clear cut. Like you have like your Aaliyah Boston, which will be there. Angel Reese, like you assume will be there. But like there's not like that full kind of push in that way. Like Cam Brink is someone you assume will eventually will be there to some degree, but obviously hasn't had like kind of the full runway in that. Like what are you in terms of like the big pool here with that? You mentioned Shakira Austin. Where are you thinking at with that? Because again, I know that's something that we've talked about a decent amount.
Also incredibly competitive. Can bring Kiki, Angel, like all 3 of them making it feels unlikely
Right.
So,
crazy.
Whew.
Like, there's gonna be legit names left off. I mean, it's Team USA. Like, this, it's not like that's like a new thing per se. Like, but like, I think that we're reaching a depth of talent that is like, we might be hitting kind of new highs in terms of like just the sheer amount of talent that have like legit cases to make these teams. Just, I mean, I to be a fly on the wall in this mini camp would be absolutely. I'm stoked by the names on this list. I'm excited to see players getting healthy again. Your Caitlins, your JuJus, like just we don't really know. I assume, as you mentioned, Caitlin. I'm pretty confident Caitlin's going to be like here and playing, like and full participant. Like we don't
A full participant in this camp.
Yeah, but I wouldn't expect the same for JuJu. But I would love to see JuJu on the court in any type of way, frankly, and being able to experience it. So I'm hoping that we get good word on that. And I mean,
we're gonna be waiting with like bated breath for updates.
Oh, yeah.
Camp, right? Like, it starts on the 12th, so about 18 days from now.
Mm-hmm.
Oof, yeah. We'll be fully tuned in. But wow, if you're Sue Bird, if you're Kara Lawson, like your job over the next cycle is incredibly tough. Like you're gonna have to make some incredibly tough decisions about, and it's not only right talent, it's like who meshes well together, right? Who gives you the best shot at winning a gold medal. They're going for their 7th consecutive Olympic gold medal, right? And the game has never been better in terms of like international competition, right? France and Gabby Williams took us to the brink.
Yeah. And they're only going to be better. Like that's going to have the Dominique Malonga on the way. Like you're going to have your Spain with all of fam and like with a couple more years. Like, here's it's like legit. Like, I mean, like as you mentioned, like it's already here. And I think everyone across the world is pretty much going to be better. Like there's going like the amount of competition and like how widespread this talent is becoming, like in a positive way, it's only going to get more difficult. So while there is more depth of talent, I think potentially one of the largest pools that Team USA has had to like choose from, and with the way that these kind of eras are lining up in this way. Look, these other countries are going to be doing the exact same thing, like in a whole lot of ways. Like they are going to be hitting prime years for their players, and especially France is certainly the most notable of that group. Look, I'll say it right now. Kara Lawson can't figure out how to score with this roster. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do because goodness gracious, there's so much talent. We're gonna be tapped in as soon as when we're hearing things out of this. We're gonna be talking about it because I mean I'm so excited for this camp and to see what we get from this roster and how things go and who maybe some of those names that aren't on this list but who are trying to participate and willing to. Again, we obviously have your 3 stamped, but you have your Sabrina, your Ryan Howards, Alicia Gray that could potentially want to come and join in on this. And if they are, do they already get the guarantee? Like, what does that look like, and so on and so forth. So, we'll be here. We'll be talking about it because again,
we will be monitoring.
This might be the only hoops we get from these people for a minute. So we are going to be tapped in. We are excited for it. But make sure you're tapped in here with us because again, the college game is obviously in full swing. But now we have Team USA. We have our CBA negotiations. There's so much stuff going on in the world of women's basketball, and we are here to cover it all. So make sure you're subscribed to on the YouTube. You're subscribed on NoCapSpaceWBB.com. So you're tapped in across the board with all our social medias as well. You can find every link down below in the description. Make sure you're tapped in this week. I am hitting the road to Las Vegas. You want to talk about some big college games? Potentially, you got like almost like an early season Final Four. What 3 of the teams? An early season Final Four in Las Vegas with South Carolina, Duke, UCLA, and Texas. I will be there, boots on the ground, press conferences, post games, all that. I'll have it. Make sure you're tapped in here with that, and just for the rest of the way, as we have so much women's basketball news coming up. So we will talk to you very, very soon.